G'day team, Adam Cogan here from SSW TV, and today I have Jakob Bradford, and he is the man that runs NDC. And I spoke to you about 6 months ago, and last time we were just talking about how we came out of COVID and you opened it all up again, and it was great to be in person. But today I thought I might ask you just like speakers would be good, the attendees and venues, I guess. That's your job, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
And the reason I thought I'd bring up the speakers is because I was just talking to Jason Taylor. He's an experienced speaker, and he was wearing a new Garmin, which he had put an alert on for every time when he's running, he got to a certain level. And he said, "Hey, did you know during my session that went off 3 times?"
Yeah, that's interesting.
Even an experienced speaker gets nervous.
Yeah.
So do you notice the difference in a speaker when before their session and they're hyper-focused on what's coming up versus when they've kind of relaxed after their session?
I think you do. Every speaker is different though. Yeah. Like all people are different. But I think you do. Most speakers are kind of, they just want to get their talk out of the way.
Yes.
And just waiting to have their talk done. And it's very common for speakers to ask to get their talks in early in the conference. So just kind of ruins their experience if they just have to wait for the last day to do their session, and then they're just worrying about it. It varies from speaker to speaker, you know.
Right. So the venues that you have, you do a very nice system of food and parties and cruises. Like we had a great time the other night on the cruise around Sydney Harbour. What are you just going to keep on doing the same thing, or how do you work those experiences, and what are your plans?
We try changing it up a bit. We always try to obviously make it better. So we always see where can we improve. Every country is different when it comes to kind of what you are allowed to do. So for example, in Oslo, we've been to Oslo many times. We can't actually use the catering company that they have at the venue because they won't serve the food like we want to serve the food, right? So we get caterers in because they can only do like a sit-down dinner kind of a thing, right? But we serve the continuous food.
And the continuous ice cream.
And the ice cream and all that. Obviously here at the Hilton, they've got a really, really good kitchen, good chefs and everything. So everything is provided here by the venue.
It's kind of funny, in Oslo, you've got everything in a kind of a circle, and it's very clear where the middle is. Yeah. And you kind of keep going back. I think the exhibitors get a real fair shot of it, and it's a lot of fun. When you're in, say, Sydney, you're in multiple levels, and you have to switch between different levels where the rooms are. When you sometimes go to events in the States, sometimes they're in cities, sometimes like the ones in Phoenix, Arizona, they are at a resort. So you're at a resort and you're kind of living at the resort. Yeah. And the main bit is the middle, but you're spraying off to different venues, and it's really good. Like you get to know all the people. Oh, nice. Ever thought of doing it like a location?
Yeah, we thought about it. So we have big plans. We talked about this last time as well. Got big plans for Copenhagen.
Oh yes, right? That's right. Yeah.
We're changing the format. We want to do something that's like more of an experience. We want to include more culture, do different things. So we're actually calling it Copenhagen Developers Festival. So basically what we're doing, so during the day, you will have called like a normal conference experience, a normal NDC experience. And then in the evenings, we'll do more wider, broader topics. So we'll touch into space, we'll have live Twitchers, YouTubers, we'll do gaming, like we're looking into having like the Scandinavian Championship of CS, stuff like that is going on. Like you always bring your family, but most people, their families won't be interested in going to a conference, right? Let's say you bring your family, and then in the evening, right, you can go to music. We're gonna have proper bands, like local bands playing. You can go to like an inspiring space talk that would be interesting to more than just developers. So that
if you're a gamer, you go to the gaming stuff.
So you can bring your entire team to the evening event, and it's not going to cost you, the expensive conference ticket. It's going to be a cheaper ticket to attend. But the goal is to have something happening every evening, so that everyone knows that they have something to go to. If you attend a conference by yourself, it's always nice to know that you can do something that's organized by the organizers, so you don't have to rely on kind of meeting up with people, and especially if you are introverted and kind of find it hard to meet new people. It's always good that that's kind of taken care of for you. So that is definitely what we're trying to do more of.
So we talked about speakers and we talked about venues. Have you ever thought about changing up the format of sessions? Because your sessions are typically an hour long and seems to work pretty well, but have you ever tried to say you want short tracks of mini sessions or ones that are just Q&As?
We've done 45-minute sessions as well. We just felt it went better with the 60-minute sessions. So most speakers said I couldn't cover everything in 45 minutes. Even 60 minutes sometimes is not enough time, right? So it's good to get feedback from people who actually attend different conferences like you do yourself. They can give us feedback on like this worked, this didn't work. Because we don't actually attend that many conferences, right? We attend our own.
Yeah, of course.
We basically have one like every month.
Yeah, your conferences are certainly different because you don't try to have control over what's going on. And it feels like a completely different vibe than other conferences, by the way.
Hopefully a good vibe.
Yeah, sometimes. Awesome. All right, that was fantastic. I love talking to Jakob. Thank you very much for sharing some of your insights. And until the next one, this is Adam Cogan signing off for SSW TV.